If you thought the WFP was bad, the IF3 said, hold my beer.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
And the music is kicking. What's going on, everybody? It is lunchtime. We've got Vicky and Sten and Shay and Jody and Meredith already in the house. What's going on, everybody? It's the day before Thanksgiving, and I am thankful for our sponsor, Thirdzy. This Friday, they are launching their Black Friday sale. What's crazy about this Black Friday sale is the percentage off that you're going to get on Friday through, they're saying my mic is not on.
Doesn't sound like it. You sound hollow.
I checked it right before I came on.
It definitely sounds like you're coming through the computer.
Check now. How are we doing now?
Same.
How about this? Anything? Nope.
No.
How about this? Check, check.
I mean, we can hear you. It just doesn't, your mic's definitely not on.
I am trying everything on the Roadcaster. Check now, check now. It's not even the Roadcaster.
I don't know. I can hear you for sure. I just.
Check now.
Hey, there it is.
Okay. I kept changing the speakers instead of the mic. That's probably why the problem was.
It's fine.
Yeah, I've only been doing this for 6 years.
No big deal.
You know,
No big deal.
I'm a professional. It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Professional is in the title.
All right. So anyway, Thirdzy, big
Thirdzy.
Black Friday sale launching this Friday. The percents are so big that my 15% ain't even going to come close.
Oh, shit.
With Jazzy. But here's what they're going to do. Jazzy will get you free shipping.
Deal.
So from this Friday through Monday, you can go onto thirdzy.com/Jazzy and you can order your stuff. And I'm hearing the percentages are out of this world high that you can get off this weekend. And all you have to do is type in Jazzy as a promo code or go to thirdzy.com/Jazzy and you will get free shipping with the absurd percentage off that you're going to get this weekend for Black Friday.
I like how we use absurd as a percentage. How much percentage you get off? Absurd. Oh shit. All right. I'm in. Like I mean, that's why I asked you earlier. Like
I'm hearing rumors like up to 50%. But if I'm you, it's only good while supplies last.
Yeah.
So it's Monday. It's Friday through Monday. But if you want to take advantage of this,
when I get up Friday morning, like I want to try it, dude. Like my sleep has not been fantastic the past 2 weeks or so, and I've never heard anything bad about it. So I'm in.
Well, you saw Jamie's like readouts on her stuff, like resting heart rate lower, sleep more soundly, much longer, dude. And I went from like 2 hours at a time to 6 hours at a time. It is phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. And it's melatonin free. It is it has collagen in it to help you with your recovery. So when you're working out, it helps with that. It's got it all.
Not fish collagen.
Not fish collagen, like
Not
good
fish
grass-fed beef collagen.
Good, yeah. Made from American cows that have the flag printed on them.
All right. So now I got to update everybody on my diagnosis. I let you know yesterday. On Monday, I had ear, nose, and throat. Found out I have a big sinus infection. I have to have surgery to remove that, plus a spur on my septum. Then yesterday, I went to the pulmonologist, thinking that I almost canceled the appointment because I was like, it's got to be all this infection. Like, that's got to be everything. Au contraire, mon frère. I go to the pulmonologist. They look at my CAT scan or CT scan of my chest, and they compare it to 2 years ago. And there's some abnormalities in my lungs that have grown in the last 2 years. They believe it is sarcoidosis. And when he said that, I was like, what is that? Am I dying tomorrow?
Yeah.
And he said, what it is when your immune system overworks and produces too many cells, they form as a cluster called granuloma. And I keep producing those, and they're like little masses in my lungs. So it's the reason I'm coughing a lot. It's the reason that I'm out of breath when I'm working out. And they need to do a biopsy to confirm before they can start treatment. It is treatable. It is curable. They just have to verify that it is what they think it is. And so I'm waiting for the surgeons to set up an appointment to talk with them and then schedule an appointment for the biopsy. And then I will meet back with the pulmonologist 3 days after we get the results. And then we go from there.
All right.
So I have the infection that is horrid and really affecting my life right now. And then I have this sarcoidosis, supposedly, allegedly, needs to be verified. And then we move on from there.
Seems to be a thing. Yeah.
Our resident MD says definitely needs to be verified. And Shay, glad you didn't cancel. Yeah. When I told my wife I almost canceled, she lost her shit on me.
Imagine she was not pleased.
Yeah, she laid the smack down on.
Well, I mean, look, to be fair, I would have done the same thing. Like, I would have been thinking, well, I mean, this is clearly what it is. Why do I need to go in here? I'm tired of seeing doctors, right? Over and over and over again. So yeah, why wouldn't I at this point? Like, to hell with this. So thankfully, you were like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna go and see. At least then you'll have something, right? One way or the other.
So I live on the north part of Columbus. So here's Columbus, and I live like up here.
Yeah.
Right. The best doctors are actually like up here.
Naturally.
So it's a drive every time I go to see the doctor. And that's why I almost canceled. Like, is it worth getting into traffic and going all the way up north and doing all the stuff? But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got answers. It explains how I've been feeling to a T. And if we can correct it and then move forward, like, finally, I feel like after 4 years of going through bad doctors and all the bad diagnosis and all the steroids and all the antibiotics and all that stuff, finally, we're heading in the right direction with doctors who seem to give a shit.
That's a big plus.
Yeah. Larry Young, the harder I work, the more seems to get in the way. But damn, you have a lot going on. Hopefully this all leads to better times, man. Amen, Larry. My wife was getting pretty negative last time. I'm like, listen, this is a positive. Like, I finally have answers. And I feel like a sentence has been lifted off of me.
Just the not knowing would kill me, dude. Like it's not this. Well, we think it's this. Oh, no, it's not this. Well, that would absolutely drive me bananas. That's why I don't like doctors to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I don't like bad doctors. These doctors I've seen have been, dude, like they sat down, like my ear, nose, and throat sat down and explained everything to me, hand wrote notes for me while we were sitting there, answered all my questions. The pulmonologist, the same thing. Like finally, when I changed primary care physicians, and like it's just been night and day. Like she's like, let's find answers. Let's find the best at everything that's affecting you, and I will refer you to all of them. And
makes all the difference in the world. Makes all the difference in the world. I guess that's why I would say the same thing. I qualify that what I actually said was I don't like bad doctors who just want to put a Band-Aid on it, prescribe you some medicine, treat the symptom, and then call it good and send you on your way. That's useless. Like that's just throwing money away at that point. And it doesn't actually fix anything. I don't like let's whatever this is, tell me what we need to do to actually fix it, and then we can move on. Anyway, I'm glad, dude. I'm so happy for you. Like answers. That's a godsend right there.
Our good doctor says she doesn't like bad doctors either.
Well, I mean, one makes the other one look bad.
Right. All the good doctors get a bad name.
Yeah. Who actually care and people who actually want to fix things and make them better look bad for the one of the other people just phoning it in and just collecting a paycheck for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. So now the big thing, I'm just waiting for the antibiotic nasal wash to come to help like alleviate this up here until I get the surgery. But it had to be compounded. So it had to be made in Tennessee and it's being shipped to me. So I just have to wait for that.
All right.
But there we are with that. And then waiting on everything else. There's a lot going on in medicine that makes some doctors look bad, even though they may not be, unfortunately.
And it's also fair, Shannon.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bad, if you didn't see what happened at the IF3, and for people who don't know, the IF3 is the International Fitness Federation.
Yeah.
There's another F in there that I'm not, because it's F3, but Functional Fitness Federation. There you go.
Yeah.
They have been around since 2016. Their whole purpose was to standardize the sport of fitness to make it an Olympic sport.
Correct.
Noble cause.
Yeah.
Thought process is good. Has actually kind of taken off in Europe in some countries. Like Norway actually subsidizes their athletes to participate in this. Like, good thing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So apparently their process is every year during the championships, they put out for bid who's going to host it, just like the Olympics.
Yep.
I'm okay with all of that, but there still should be some oversight to make sure whoever bids on it actually comes through with a good product, because your name is stamped on it. And that piece, I think, was missed at this year's IF3. And I believe this IF3 in Australia was just masters.
It was.
So now it's a subset of your big competition, and you let all of this just taint your name in such a bad way.
You say missed the target. Every time somebody says that, it reminds me of Bob Uecker in Major League, just a bit outside. And it's 5 feet off, 10 feet off the plate, because that's what happened. I watched Taylor's video no less than 5 times because I had to, because I kept, every time I watch it again, I catch something else that happened that he said, because he was going so fast through everything. I know he did it on purpose and it worked, but holy, like,
I have 3. Oh my goodness, what a shit show. I competed in Aruba in 2022 and it wasn't this bad. I've actually heard good reports about the way that it's been run in the past, but it only takes one bad event to damage your name.
to be fair, this isn't just bad. This is colossally bad. This is unimaginably bad. No medical, none, zero.
And you have masters athletes. I've been at masters events where there was a cardiac event on the floor.
I believe I was at the same one.
Yeah. And you don't have medical there? Now, all they had, a ruptured Achilles, still a pretty severe injury.
Still pretty severe.
Not like life-threatening. They got so lucky.
That's an incredible thing to roll the dice on. That's incredible. That's a wild thing to roll the dice on. Well, let's see. What can we not have and still run this okay? How about a medical team? Yeah, sure. Who needs that? These guys will be fine.
One of our athletes ruptured a triceps at the comp.
It makes me hurt just thinking about it.
So they didn't have a truck show up with ski ergs. They didn't have a medical team. They tried to run the men and women in the same lane doing the same event at the same time.
Waterfall style.
That wasn't even the waterfall style. That's another thing. Then they tried to run an event waterfall style and said, don't catch up to the guy in front of you. You're racing.
Which is the entire point of catching up to the guy in front of you. Literally the point. It's a race.
Are you freaking kidding me? And the thought process of like, so I saw the response of the IF3 president, I believe, or whoever it was on Hiller's comment saying, hey, at least we're getting publicity. And this is just a one-off. This is just dude, don't you know in the legal system, people sue the deepest pockets.
Every time.
They're going to come all the way back to you. You had no oversight with your name on this product. None. Zero. You cannot run an organization that way.
You can't license out your name on something as a final for the Masters. That wasn't just like just a third event or whatever. If they do, I don't know how they do if they have a points race or whatever the case may be, but like that was their final, the very tippy top. And you just gonna go, yep, you guys won the bid. Go ahead and run it. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna do fantastic. And it's a complete and utter shit show in every single aspect. The scoring change that they did, well, some people did, well, we can't have this endurance event. Well, we can't have it without this endurance event. Well, some people are going to have to redo this endurance event because we changed it. And okay, well, maybe that score will work. Maybe that score won't work. Well,
so I want to clear this up. It wasn't Gretchen. Gretchen is the president of the IF3. She was not the one that made the comment on Hiller's post. It was actually the Canadian representative.
Correct.
That's who it was. And so you're right. They had 2 clocks going for the endurance event. Some judges did it right. Some judges did it wrong. They had times all messed up. Athletes were going back and watching the video and retiming it to show that what was good, what was bad, what their times were. and then they started a redo, and halfway through the redo said, this is a shit show again, so we're just cutting this off, but we're going to count your redo if you did it.
But if not, you'll just be judged on 5 events.
This makes sense.
It's like they got it. So I Love Lucy. Remember I Love Lucy?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you saw reruns when we was kids. When she's in the pie factory and stuff just keeps coming out and it keeps going faster and it keeps going faster and she's trying to keep up.
She's trying to stuff it. She's trying to
whatever she can. I feel like that's what happened. Like one domino fell and then everything else just started coming after it. And they were just and had no idea what to do because that's what it feels like. Like stuff was just kept going and it kept going and it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. Oh my word! No, I did not, but I need to.
I did not, Shanna. I will look at that. Seema, the chocolate kisses, yeah. And John George, great analogy.
And it was just one thing on top of another, and instead of shutting it down, stopping, taking 10 minutes and saying, okay, what's happening? What do we need to do? Okay, let's do, and not leading up. They at one point they asked the athletes what they put it up to a vote to them. You don't ask the athletes what they want to do. No, that's not how this works. Hey, we're gonna come up with a plan. Cool. Look, we're just gonna eliminate the endurance event. I know every single other one of y'all had an endurance event. However, it's not feasible right now. So instead of trying to change it or come up with something last minute to fix it, we're just doing 5 events. So if you already did that event, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. We're moving on from it.
Thank you, Kenneth. Good people, take a sec to like, subscribe, support the show. It's free. It really is.
Hit that thumbs up, hit that notifier, hit all on the notifier.
Yeah. I like the concept. So if you don't know the concept of the IF3, they have they take all the elements of CrossFit, endurance, strength, all that. And there's one event for each one of those elements and then some mixed stuff at the end. And that's the way it's formatted. So it could be an Olympic sport. Right. And it's a cool concept, but this has been disastrous. Oh my gosh. They allowed an athlete to use a lighter weight because she couldn't make the lift and she podiumed. So my question to you is, okay, who's at fault? Is it the people who are running the event in Australia or is it the IF3?
You go high enough, it's one guy, right?
Well, here's my thing. Shit rolls downhill, generally. But when things go wrong, you follow the trail right back to where it started.
You go right back up.
That is the IF3. The lack of oversight on this event is evident, and they are the ones that should be accountable for everything that went wrong.
I have another vague movie reference. Oh man, Mel Gibson movie. He plays a bad guy that his got double crossed, and he's trying to try to get his $70,000 back. And he's like, I want to talk to the boss. And he said, well, who would be in charge of that decision? And he said, well, this decision will go to committee. And he's like, no, there's always one guy. You go high enough, it's always one guy. It's the same thing, right? IF3 licensed this out to these people. Absolutely did. You can use our name and likeness, but it's not CrossFit. It's not like going into a bad CrossFit gym where they just pay to use the name. Like, this is your event. This is your final. If you go high enough, it comes down to one guy. I think Hiller's absolutely right. It's the IF3. It has to be.
George, go to the top. Yeah.
It can't be anybody else. How else could it be anybody else? You're just going to give it to them and be like, guys, have fun. See you later. with no oversight whatsoever, because there couldn't have been. If there would have been something, I feel like just because of their history of all these other events being what they are, apparently went well. Because a lot of other people are saying, oh, well, the one here went well, the one here went well, the one here went well, whatever the case may be. And this one was just an absolute dumpster fire. So something had to happen. There was no way they were like, we're just not going to Australia this year. Whatever, we'll let these people do it. It's fine. No, it's not the Expendables.
It was not the Expendables. Yeah, I know the movie you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
It's so good.
It's more obscure than the Expendables. It's like later Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come to me in a minute.
Anyway. Also posted a copy of the Germans video. Interesting to see what it all looked like.
So the Germans video is the one that they use to try to go back and adjust scores. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what Hiller was saying. Like there were some German people there that were videoing, videoing the entire thing, and that's where they were trying to go back and use their video to try to adjust or fix the scores or whatever, and even that did not work apparently. So I don't know, man. Get Carter.
Get Carter.
I think that's it. No, maybe that's not the
Get Carter's a Stallone movie.
That's a Stallone movie. Stand by. I'm gonna find it.
Lido, member for 5 months, man.
She's awesome.
She is. She's the best. Thank you for being so supportive, Lido. Love you. All right. So speaking of the IF3, in related news, I got rumors that the WFP has come out with new shirts that say, "At least we're not the IF3."
It's their logo. It's their logo with the 3 little dots. At least we're not the IF3. It's just a picture of Will Moorhead giving the 2 thumbs up. No, the movie's called Payback. I looked it up. Fantastic.
Or the other shirt with Will just with his thumbs up going, and you thought we sucked.
Oh man. You thought we had some bad ideas.
Kenneth DeLapp, 18-month member. That is OG.
Yeah, so Mr. John George.
And those t-shirts are the first thing they've said that isn't a total lie.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. That was the other thing that blew my mind, was that the woman that was, I don't even want to say she was defending what happened, right? Because she kept saying, oh yeah, but they kept saying, well, at least nobody died. Nobody is comparing the two things. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Nobody's comparing the two things. At no point did Hiller say anything about anything else. He didn't bring up the games. He didn't, like his whole entire video, he didn't bring up the games. He didn't bring up WFP. He was just pointing out again what happened here. And then people want to throw shade and say, well, at least nobody died. No, but they damn well could have. At least there was. Like, if you want to play that game, sure. CrossFit Games actually had medical staff on hand, and always does, and always will. That blows my mind. And then the IF3, the Canadian lady, kept saying, "Well, we're being transparent. Yeah, this sucked. Blah blah blah, whatever." Dude, yeah, okay, you're admitting that it sucked, but then you're also backpedaling at the same time, saying, "Well, it's an isolated event." Okay, it is an isolated event, and it went as horribly wrong as anything. It's Murphy's Law. If it could go wrong, it did. And guess what? It did. Own it.
Sean in Oregon, thankful for lunch with the Clydesdale, Corey, CrossFit, the regulars in this chat. Isn't it great?
Absolutely.
Lita, thankful for this channel. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, that's a stupid thing to say. A person can die in a very safe and in a very unsafe event. They just got lucky. Oh, there was no swimming.
Yeah.
Point.
I can walk out of here and get hit by a bus standing on the street. Like, it does not matter. You walking around downtown somewhere and something fall on your head. Like, it does not matter. Safe, unsafe, you can be the most safe person on the face of the planet. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get killed eventually. Law of averages. Does not matter. So, like, for them to do the whole safety, transparency, whatever. It's the pot calling kettle black. You're throwing stuff. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. They literally didn't have medical staff at the I-3. Can you imagine if one of those masters had a heart attack or something? Yeah. We talked about, Corey and I were at an event, a master's event, where there was a cardiac event on the floor.
Yeah.
So it has happened. We've seen it happen. It could have very easily happened here.
And the medical staff was on him. Immediately treated, got off the floor, brought to the hospital. Dude was okay.
So I want to address a comment I got a few days back. And that is that someone asked, do you think that fitness should be an Olympic sport? Do you think that CrossFit in some way should be in the Olympics? And my response is I really don't care.
No, I don't either.
I don't think that the Olympics for a sport like this really makes that much difference.
No.
There are all these niche sports out there, fencing and judo, and that like you watch once every 4 years, maybe a couple matches, but you're not watching it. You're not watching it like straight through.
Every time the Winter Olympics comes on, me and my wife sit down and watch curling.
I do like
every
curling.
single year.
Curling venues here in Columbus for you to try.
Ironically, at first, right? Because we're like, what is going on right here? But after a while, you're like, oh man, it was so close, or they knocked the thing out or whatever. The rest of my 4 years or two, however long the Olympics are now, I have absolutely no interest in watching curling whatsoever. When it comes on for the Olympics, I'm checking it out every single time.
But you wouldn't do that for CrossFit.
No,
I don't think you would.
What? If I want to see CrossFit, I can go to my gym and watch a class. It's not that. Right. I coached 2 of them this morning. I can watch all the CrossFit I want. I go to one of my competitions and watch the other that I'm going to be participating in and watch the other heats go. I can bring up the games. I can watch the documentaries. I can watch it behind the scenes. Like, I got plenty enough of that.
Well, even a better analogy is like tennis. If you're a big tennis fan, do you watch the Olympic tennis matches or do you watch Wimbledon and the US Open and the French Open?
Yeah.
Right? We have the CrossFit Games. That is where the best come and they duke it out for the championship. That's where it means something. Right? I just don't think it means anything and it's going to be a bastardized version of CrossFit in the games anyway. Yep. Right? So I don't even think it even moves the needle to put it in the Olympics.
No. And like Lita said, there was breakdancing at the Olympics, for Christ's sake. Like,
right. And really? How much of that did you watch?
Just the Australian chick who.
Well, I saw that on TikTok and on the reels.
Well, and that's what I'm getting at. And only because it went viral.
Right.
That's it. Other than that, I was like, that's a cool concept. I like breakdancing, but I'm not watching that.
Like Lito said, soccer at the Olympics is nothing like the World Cup.
No, it's not even close.
Not even the same stratosphere.
No. Well, watching the Dream Team every year just go beat the ever living mess out of every other country on the planet. Like, oh, okay, cool. It's like watching the Harlem Globetrotters play. You know the outcome before it's gonna start. I'm not watching that.
That basketball is not for us.
No,
that basketball is to grow the sport internationally.
Correct.
That's all that is.
Yeah,
it's not for our entertainment.
No. So once again, Miss Lita there.
Well, that's why the IF3 has a very set
full circle
what is available.
Full circle. But so here's the thing too. So like they have a strength event, right? Like they have the whatever it is, 6 or 7 things, endurance, blah blah, whatever. All of those things are already events at the Olympics. Weightlifting is an event at the Olympics. Speed, so track, is going to be an event at the Olympics. Endurance, marathoning, speed walking is an Olympic event, for Christ's sake, right? So now you're trying to condense all of those things into make it and just call it CrossFit when it's already going on over there. Like I understand what they're trying to do. I just don't think it's a very good idea, and it's probably not going to end up happening, because if people end up accidentally watching it, they're not going to know what they're looking at, right? Aside from us, people who actually know what they're looking at, and they're just going to look at it and go, "Oh, that's already a thing. Like, why are we watching this again? Why am I watching this? Whoever this guy is, snatch when I could watch an actual Olympic lifter snatch and hit way bigger numbers."
Lito, however, I bet a few good athletes would try to get to the Olympics just to be able to have the Olympic circles tattooed. Just saying. I think people would think it was a cool experience.
Absolutely.
But if you ask Jason Hopper if he wants an Olympic medal or the CrossFit Games fittest on earth, I believe he'd say fittest on earth.
Yeah.
I just remember, and this is a very obscure reference, Lindsay Davenport, when they first put tennis into the Olympics, she was an American tennis player. She'd won Wimbledon. She'd won the US Open. She goes and wins the Olympic medal. And it meant something. She got to be on the podium. She got to do the thing in the stadium and the walk-in and all that. But it didn't mean as much to her as the Wimbledon title.
No. Because Wimbledon's the premier event on the planet. Like, that's the one you win.
Sean in Oregon, didn't Tia Claire Toomey try out for the Olympic bobsled team? She did. She actually made the Australian bobsled team, but then got replaced last second right before the Olympics.
Yep.
And she also tried in weightlifting, and she made it to the Commonwealth Games, but didn't finish high enough to qualify for the Olympics.
Which again is cool. But as good as Tia is at what we do, she's always going to get beat by the specialists who that's all that they do. I mean, that's just a fact. I don't know how hard bobsled is. It just seems like sliding down a mountain inside of a.
Well, it's all about the track start.
Yeah.
It's how fast can you run and push the sled to get it started. And then it's just steering it so you don't get out of control. You don't want to be like the Jamaicans and end up upside down at the bottom.
It seems like fun. I will say that. Flying down the side of a mountain at 90 miles an hour or however fast it goes.
I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. Sled riding was that for me every day. Just up on my little plastic sled, get going about 30 miles an hour downhill, try to miss the tree.
Come on, Jamaica, it's bobsled.
Feel the rhythm, feel the ride. Come on, Jamaica, it's bobsled time. Aye.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? They have decided, the Safety Council has decided that every athlete at the CrossFit Games in the individual and team event will go through medical screening.
On their own, from their doctor. Basically, you need to get a note from your doctor that says, hey, this dude is fit. He's healthy. My primary care physician is my wife's first cousin. I'm just going to put that out there. Like, I could call Dwayne
I remember in high school trying to play football, and you walk in to get your physical, and the doctor checked you for hernia and said, all right, good to go.
Look, just sign the people
I
off.
think that's what it feels like here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm telling you, dude, I could call Dwayne right now, be like, hey, I need a waiver to go compete at the game. And he'd be like, you want me to email it to you or you just gonna come pick it up? And I'm like, I'll come pick it up in a little bit. All right, cool. And that's the end of it. It's done. I'm not going to his office. I'm not doing any of that. He's just gonna send it on the way and we're gonna call it good.
I guess the answer to this is, what liability does that excuse them from? That's what I'm, and that's got to be what it is. It's
100%.
It's not a safety thing. It's a cover our ass thing.
It's a CYA thing. Yes, 100%. It is the waiver that you sign when you sign up for your first CrossFit class that says you will not sue them if you hurt yourself inside their gym.
Which that is meaningless anyway.
Which that is 100. Any lawyer will look at it and be like, "This is nonsense." Like, okay, yeah, we know. It's a CYA thing. That's it.
Mike thinks we should just let them drug test themselves too.
Why you at it?
It'll cut costs, get rid of the medical team, and get rid of the drug testing. Yeah, that's all we got, Joseph. Turn and cough. You're good.
That's it.
Shanna, our resident doctor. Problem is, this is a legal document, and if anything happens to the athlete, the doctor could be sued. So it might require a full physical. I would not sign one without doing a full physical on a person, I think is what she's saying.
And that's fair. 100%. But again, Scott and I are in agreement on this one. Like, I really, really don't think that this is anything more than just hey, look, we're making sure everybody's healthy before they come because their doctor signed off on it.
I appreciate Shanna's point of view, though, because as the doctor, yeah, CrossFit's covering their ass, but now it's a liability on the doctor.
Yeah, they're passing the buck on down the line. Well, Dr. Bunce said this was fine, that this athlete was absolutely fine. So it's not on us. I mean, she signed off on it. 100% CYA. Like, she's basically agreeing with us at that point.
Athletes want to change. Here's change. Do we know if CrossFit can stop someone from competing?
My question is that what are so to answer Doug's question with a question is that what are the parameters going to be?
Well, I'm sure they can stop people from competing, whether it's about this or anything else. It's their event.
But what are those parameters going to be? Because you gotta have like a set stall, right? Like, we're going from, whatever your metric is, blood pressure, EKG, it only can go this high, but not that high. What's your resting heart rate? There's got to have some sort of metrics in there, not just saying, oh, no, the doctor said I'm good. I got this thing. Well, if you're going to have that and you're going to have to enforce it some sort of way, like Doug said, then there has to be some sort of guidelines, some sort of parameters in place, because otherwise you're just kind of swinging at nothing.
I wonder if they have to disclose all medications they're taking. I've been saying we've just heard this is happening. In my understanding, and this is all through rumors, that they tried to push this through last year.
Yes.
And it did not make it.
Correct.
And now it's being pushed through this year and it's made it through. But none of us have seen the form that has to be filled out. Like Lito's saying, what about if they do an EKG and try to find things ahead of time? We don't know if that's required. Man, it could be a full battery of tests if they require it. We don't know anything about what they're actually forced to do. Mike DeVito agreed. I don't even think they would stop anyone from competing. It's just an added checkbox for liability.
Without knowing more, like that's my first go-to as well. Without knowing if there's parameters, if they're saying, if you don't hit XYZ, you can't play. If it's just, you got to go see a doctor and get checked off before you come in here. Well, I mean, you could get that done at the at the urgent care. Hey, I just need to get a physical done. All right, cool. Come in at 2:30. We'll get it. You'll have you out of here by 3:00.
Joseph wants to know, are they testing for pregnancies too?
Mostly for the women. Let's see. I know they're coming. We got stuff coming in. Oh, Meg. No, if they don't clear them, I don't think CrossFit would want them to compete.
Well, it's pointless to have the rule if you bypass that anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if, like, I'm sure, like the Spin or Hiller or one of those guys are going to get a copy of the form that has to be filled out in the requirements of the physical or whatever. But it's gonna be interesting to see what comes of that.
As soon as those documents become available, I am willing to bet Brian Smith's gonna get his hands on one. Like that dude, he gets a hold of everything.
Because all the athletes are going to get them if they have to take them to their doctor.
Yeah, or somebody will send a copy to Jenny.
Yeah.
One or two. My money's on Brian first.
Yeah. Back in the day, I tried to beat Brian at that game, and I learned real quickly, like, that is not my lane. That's not my lane. I'm just going to let him go ahead and do that, and I'm going to find another lane. Because now with Jenny in the mix and Hiller, there's no
fastest gun in the West, dude. Fastest gun in the West. And look, us being able to do this and kind of react to whatever else is going on, it's like somebody else does most of the legwork for us. So I'm good with that.
And I talk to people, like I hear things, I know, and I add that as part of like what I'm talking about, but
100%.
to actually like break the news, it's much cooler to just kind of be able to keep the trust of people and know things than it is to have to break it and piss everybody off.
Well, the fact that neither Brian nor Hiller, because Hiller also gets a whole bunch of stuff, like nobody knows any of their sources, like none of that's ever got leaked, is amazing in my opinion. Like, this community is not that big.
It's not amazing because they're people who want to keep doing.
Well, no. Right? Not saying that he either one of those two would give up any one of them, because Hiller has said repeatedly that he's not, and I 100% believe. But just the fact that nobody else has found out or put it together.
Right.
This community is not that big, dude. It is unimaginably small, as a matter of fact. I got to think about that one day. Like, I am, if it was an absolute emergency, I believe I am 3 phone calls away from Dave Castro, which is mind-boggling to me. Like, I know somebody who knows somebody who knows his number. Yeah. Like that kind of stuff.
I know
twice removed. Yeah.
Because I'm 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So that's 3 at most.
At most. And that's if I go in that direction. Like, because I also know people who know Boz. And I know Boz has Dave's number. So like, it's either way. This place is not that big. So the fact that their sources, whatever they may be, have been able to stay hidden and stay like nobody knows who they are. And they keep getting this information and keep getting it as fast as they do. People send stuff to Hiller now because they know he's going to put it out. If it's interesting, if it's whatever, I don't know what the word is for it's sensationalized, whatever you want to call it. Like the IF3 stuff, dude, like he got that overnight. Put it together, made that video. Like, this first thing he says, that I got this blue screen sent to me at least 12 times, and probably a ridiculously short amount of time, and then put that video together and then put it out.
What I find fascinating is the athletes that sent him stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and he won't say who, but just the fact that the same people bitching about what he puts out send him tips about what's going on. That's the wild world we live in. And I'll talk about this, and I am going to come on tomorrow because with my sinus infection, I was not able to travel for Thanksgiving. So I'm here by myself. So I'm going to do a Thanksgiving Day show. And if it's just me and Corey and 2 other people in the chat, it is what it is. But I'll talk about this more tomorrow. We talked about this reality show concept for WFP, and I want to talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But we talk about how the NDA would be meaningless in the CrossFit space because nobody can keep a secret.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is there are people that can keep a secret, and the Titan Games kept a secret. The shows like The Challenge and Survivor and Big Brother, like those Hollywood NDAs are much more ironclad and are much more punishable and harsh on that penalty, that nobody gives up those secrets. They have millions of dollars riding on these episodes coming out. And so they will come after you hard if you leak information.
Well, they also have teams of lawyers.
Right.
Ready. Like up on the starting blocks, ready to go after people. You know, we don't necessarily have that. I mean, when Greg was still in charge, like those NDAs were pretty damn stout, pretty damn straightforward, and it took a lot before stuff got leaked eventually. And then once it did, the person that was held responsible for it was actually held responsible for it.
I think that's when they were small, and the pocket and the circle was small. Yep. As it's grown, the circle's grown, the leaks have grown, and their team has shrunk.
Yep.
So that's where it's just crazy.
Small team.
A small team. So with that, we're coming up on the hour. Need to get back to work. But with that, guys, I will be here tomorrow. Don't forget Friday, Black Friday sale, Thirdzy. Rumors I'm hearing is up to 50% off. And our code Jazzy will get you free shipping on that order. So not only are you getting an unbelievable percentage off, you get free shipping. And it is really helping.
When you put Jazzy in, you got to do this right afterwards. Otherwise, the code doesn't
type
work.
Jazzy, do this, and that gets you the free shipping.
Just saying.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Love you all. We'll do Thanksgiving show tomorrow. See you all then. Bye, guys.